Good evening, YouTube viewers and subscribers. So yet again, John has sent me a package with an item in it that I have never seen ever since I've been in this hobby. So that's an interesting thing because I use a lot of tachometers. But the tachometer he sent me today is an old Royal tack, which is kind of interesting because I just did a quick look video of a Royal 45 engine. Now, when I first pulled this out of the box, I kind of got a shiver up my spine because of two words on the box, and those two words are direct drive, and I think most of you will probably know what that means. Now, whether this has ever been used or not, I don't know. Here's the price tag on here that says $19.95, but inside this box we've got the tack and an instruction sheet. So let's take that out. So here's the tack, and it says right on here again, direct drive. So one of the things, this kind of looks like a rubberish prop nut, and I'm not really sure how or what that's supposed to do. But one of the things that kind of strikes me about this tack is, ever since I first started running glow engines in 1988, I was always told, once the engine is started, get behind it. Do not do anything in front of the engine at all. So it's why I think it's odd that Royal, I don't know what year this thing came out, I don't think there's any indication of that. Had to have been when the folks in Denver were marketing these products. But I don't know what year that was, but this obviously is something that you use in front of the engine, which, as I said, gave me a shiver when I saw that, because I'm going to use my Sato Silver Knight engine here as an example. This is obviously something you need to use with a spinner nut, one of those heavy hubs, or a spinner. And apparently how it works is there's no battery in this unit because it's a direct drive, but there is a switch here, a range select switch, because there's two ranges on here. So what you do here in theory is, when the engine's running, you just stick this on there and read the RPM. Now, if you have poor eyesight, like I do, that also means sticking your face pretty damn close to this spinning prop while you're doing it, and heaven help you if you kind of are a shaky person and do one of these things and kind of miss it or get off center, and it makes you want to go off like that. So this is kind of a scary deal here, actually. I will probably attempt to make a video showing this, but there's going to be several things that are going to be tough with it, because I'd like to be able to show my standard digital tack in the same frame so that I could kind of do a comparison, because supposedly there's no calibration on this. I mean, what this thing is, it spins, and what it reads is what it reads, and that's all there is to it. But I'd like to see how accurately it tracks with my digital tack, but I'm not really sure how I would actually frame this up, and then obviously trying to operate the throttle or lock the throttle at full throttle and then come around in front of the engine and put this on there presents some real challenges and some things that I'm going to have to think long and hard about. But as long as we're looking at this, let's take a look at these instructions that came with this. So here, I'll read them real quickly. Features: no battery is needed for power source. Tack will work under any light conditions, obviously. Tack will maintain accurate reading whether measuring 2, 3, or 4 blade props, because you're not measuring a prop. RPM reading is obtained by having sensor pickup make direct contact with the item to be tacked. A very dangerous thing, in my opinion. Broad RPM range may be measured. Okay, so here the instructions are: estimate the speed to be tacked, and then you just set the switch appropriately, but since you really can't blow it up, I mean, who cares? You just put it on one setting and put it on there. If model aircraft engine is to be tacked, we suggest spinner or acorn nut be used to ensure smooth unison between sensor and engine, obviously. When ready to measure RPM, gently push the sensor's rubber cone onto your engine spinner or acorn nut. Be sure to keep rubber cone in center of the rotation axis. See diagram. See, this is, I cannot imagine, this has got to be a collector's item. because I just cannot imagine them selling too many of these things, because this is such a dangerous item in my opinion as far as the tachometer goes. First of all, you don't ever want to be standing and screwing around in front of a prop that's running. And secondly, to intentionally want to put this thing in contact with your spinning hub is just something that I would never ever recommend anybody do. Now, like I said, I might do this in a video, but I'm not really sure I'm going to or not. But what I can say is thank you to John, because albeit I think this is an extremely dangerous item, is a very cool part of history, and I'd like to find out if there's any more history that I could find on this thing, so I have to go and do some searching. But this was a quick look at what I think is probably one of the most dangerous tachometers I've ever seen, in all honesty. But thank you, John, for this item, and thank you all for watching.